lost your mind? Have you ever lost your mind? Have you ever lost your mind?
Welcome to the Red Devil Talk match reaction video between Manchester United and Arsenal. So it was Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. Last game, and also before I get into the match preview, match reaction video, I'll also want to announce the breaking news. Michael Carrick has finally resigned and has left Manchester United at his own accord. He's just resigned after the match, and that's what's breaking news. Funny enough, I was about to do a match reaction, then I saw like the news popping up on News Now, and Michael Carrick officially has resigned from his post as first team Manchester United manager, and it shows that now that the club is headed in the right direction finally. Obviously, this is what is needed. You cannot get rid of a manager and then keep his assistants, coaches there. Like that does not tell you that they want to make a change within the foot. Now it's like Carrick is gone now. Like basically now it's only McKenna and Phelan left, and it's pretty much set in stone that obviously with the little sweetener, Ralph Ragnick is now officially officially the coach. His visa is also through, so he was watching the game tonight, and he'll be officially on the bench against Crystal Palace at home. So happy days, happy days. Um, the game was very, very, very edgy. I feel like the team it was fine margins. The team that finished off their chances was more likely gonna win the game. We finished our chances, Arsenal didn't. It could have went either way. I'm not gonna lie. Um, it kept me on the edge, and I was not even confident that we were going to walk out with 3 points, but we did, and we grinded out that result, and that was very important. Now we can have a manager who has tactics, who has a style of play, who knows who's going to be able to pick a proper and balanced starting 11, and who's going to be able to make substitutions at the right time, because I felt like that we experienced that tonight. We lacked that, and it showed in Carrick being a novice, still being a novice in the game, that he still needs to brush up on his managerial skills. But Carrick has left, guys. If you just joined in, Carrick has resigned from his post. So Ralph Ragnick is gonna be taking over in the next official game at Old Trafford, and it's against Crystal Palace. So it's happy days. The club is rebuilding, and we can only expect us to be going forward from now onwards. And yeah, the game was super, super edgy, and anything could have gone. Ronaldo got his 800th goal. So there was so much that happened in that game. Ronaldo got his 800th and 801, 801th goal as well. So, you know, um, obviously he had a poor half because I think he was trying too hard because of the Ballon d'Or thing that happened with you know what I'm saying? Everyone was on his back with the Ballon d'Or thing. The media was on his back with it. So, and I feel like he wanted to rush that 800 goal so that he can steal the headlines. That's Cristiano Ronaldo for you, and he did. And there was no doubting him from my side. And I heard there were a little bit of grumbles, people saying he's the problem, he's the problem, he's the problem. I think now with Ralph Ragnick, it's gonna be peak. He's gonna score more goals under Ralph Ragnick now than any other than under Solskjaer and both Kerry combined. So yeah, man, that's his sixth goal in the Premier League for us. He's got six as well, so he's in double figures already. He's already on his 12. He's already scored 12 goals for us this season in all competitions. So yeah, man. Fair result, I think. Arsenal were just sloppy. Manchester United um, managed to get that important victory. There's a lot that the team needs to still work on. Despite a positive result, I saw that the performance was a little bit direct. At times, we looked tired. The players looked lost. I felt like Carrick, we could have easily drew if Arsenal just took their chances. If Saka took his chance, It could have been 3-3. I was screaming the entire time in the television screen saying, why isn't this guy making a substitution? And he only made a substitution around, the late 76th minute. And I was crying and I was saying, we need a sub. We need a sub. Rashford is he was done. You know what I'm saying? And our midfield was also flat. McTominay was on a yellow card. He was also tired. He had no legs. Fred looked like he was trying to do a job for 2 or 3 people at the same time in midfield. That midfield, we lost that midfield battle. We need to get the midfield uh, balance right next time. And I think the manager that we have right now is gonna do exactly that. We might get the balance right. Hopefully, we do. If we can get a CDM in January or CM in January, I think we can build out a balanced midfield because that's very important. Games are won and lost in the midfield, and we need to make sure that we get that right. And props to them for getting the 3 points. It was a very, very most vital 3 points of the season, and we could not afford to drop any more points before, especially if we're trying to get into the top four. The race for the top four is going to be very, very tight, and we need to get every point that we can get in every single game that's upcoming games. We need to go on a run if we can. We need to go on a 6-game run where we're winning 6 games on the streak, because I feel like we have favorable features going into the festive season period. The games will be congested. The fixture schedule is very congested around December time, and you could be playing 2 or 3 games in a week. You get what I'm saying? Champions League, it's dusted. We qualified. We top of the group. I feel that's when we can rotate, and I feel like this is the right time that this manager came in, because now he has favorable features to try out his combinations and to obviously try different players and then to get the right balance in the team. And he can do that with the next fixtures, and rotation is needed. Players, this is the time and period where a lot of players in terms of stats get injured because of the ridiculous amount of fixtures they have to play during this time. So rotation policy is very important now, and to obviously to avoid injuries. We've got a squad, guys. We've got a squad, and I feel like we can get through this December period now, with our heads held up high. Hopefully, when we go into January, we sell a few players, we get some business done, and we bring in someone in that midfield to shore it up, because we're leaking in the midfield. It could cost us a top four, even a top four finish, even under this manager, because you know that's where you cannot afford to bypass the game. We saw it today how weak our midfield is, and the balance is still not there. McTominay and Fred do not complement each other. They're both unball playing midfielders. You have to have a balance. That's why I felt like Van de Beek should have started today. McTominay and Fred were run through today. Arsenal had chances. It could have went either way. So it was very tight, and we got lucky. We got fortunate, but we got the 3 points, and that's all that matters, guys. And yeah, man, we seventh on the log, ironically, and now number 7 scored his 800 goal today, and so the numbers are looking good for us. And next week against Crystal Palace, I expect 3 points, nothing less than 3 points. And we saw some good things and we saw some bad things. I want, before I even leave, I want people to try and understand this. This whole thing of saying Ronaldo doesn't press, Ronaldo doesn't do this. Ronaldo is pressing, and he shouldn't even be pressing, because I felt like today there were times where there was no one in the forward line, where we got through our front in counter attacks, and there was no one running up front, because as a striker or as a focal point in a pressing team, you should be allowed the leeway of not having to run around and press. Ralph Ragnick, people forget that Ralph Ragnick was used a 35-year-old Raul in his Schalke team. People are saying, oh, Ronaldo's too old. Ralph Ragnick had a 35-year-old Raul leading his attack at Schalke when they played us in the Champions League. I think that's what a lot of people's memories, like, I don't know, maybe a lot of people's memories have like left them or something, but that's a fact. That's something that's factual. So yeah, guys, to sum it up, Arsenal had chances. We had chances. We scored more. We took more of our chances. Arsenal wasted their chances. Could have went either way. Fair play to the lads for getting the 3 points. And yeah, big up to Carrick, for doing the right thing and for handing over the guard to someone else finally, so that we can move forward as a football club. This is a man who's not gonna be here in the next 6 months. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna move upstairs, which is the most vital thing that we needed in our football club. So yeah, man. We got the 3 points, the most important 3 points, and that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, and if you just joined in, Carrick is gone. He resigned immediately after the game, and you could see with the players saying goodbye on the field. But he officially announced it once he headed down that tunnel. And our Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 goals. And yeah, man, I've got mixed feelings, but I'm somewhat relieved that we finally now headed in the right track, and I don't have doubts to say, oh, but this. I know now, even if it doesn't work, but there'll be a structure in place. So there's those doubts that I have, and that negativity that I had towards this club is now slowly fading away. But only time will tell, guys. Crystal Palace next. If we get 3 points, if we go on a run for 6 or 7 games, then I can start feeling a little bit more optimistic. And yeah, we qualified through the Champions League, so there's no Europa League, and now we can focus on trying to get that top 4 in the league and solidifying it. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. It was the Red Devil talk, and yes, I'll probably be back tomorrow, hopefully, or Saturday. I think I might be back tomorrow or Saturday for the Manchester United versus Crystal Palace preview, and I'll also be like I'll basically be doing that preview, and I'll also be doing preview for other matches as well in the Premier League. I told you guys that I'm gonna be rebranding, so I'm moving away from being, my channel being called Red Devil Talk. It's gonna be LesoFootball Talk, and or LesoFootball Network. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed the match reaction. I know I'm a little bit down because it's nighttime, guys. You can't be screaming in the house and projecting your voice loud. People are sleeping. So yeah, man. Big ups to you guys. Peace out.
Girl, have you ever lost your mind? Have you ever lost your mind?